This is why I cannot stand drop coverage. Look at this. The Cavs drop the big, and they fight over the top. So Kevin Love's never going to have enough time to be able to drop, and then when Derek Favors pops to the short corner here, recover in time. So you're just giving up. I mean, these are just practice shot, wide open jumpers. How is this your ball screen defensive scheme? Okay, look at this. Get Kevin Love up here. If you don't want to switch, then hedge. Okay, now you can have backside help here when Derek Favors pops. This guard can rotate down. Okay, so this opposite block isn't left vacant. And if a skip pass is made over here, okay, this guard can then just simply rotate there and you X out. Colin Sexton goes from dropping to then coming on to this secondary man for New Orleans. And now you're not giving anything up wide open. But when you run this drop coverage with no backside help whatsoever, what do you think's going to happen? Looking at an offensive clip here. So why is Kevin Love slipping this here? Why is he not setting this ball screen right here? Look at this. You can see the Pelicans are going to be in drop coverage here, where they try and fight over the top of the screen here. So Kevin Love, just get stationary, set a ball screen, and make Drew Holiday have to fight over the top. Okay, now you force this big to have to drop towards the basketball, okay, and now if Colin Sexton can just drag this big a little bit, then Kevin Love can just pop to the corner, and then we can hit Kevin Love, and it becomes a wide open catch and shoot three from the corner, just like we saw on the past clip. But instead, Kevin Love slips, doesn't set this ball screen, so now Zion Williamson never has to drop towards the ball. So now he's able to stay with Kevin Love, and it becomes a contested three that you badly brick. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Pelicans are going to run this empty side ball screen that the Cavaliers are going to ice, okay? So if you're icing this ball screen, look at this. This ball screen's already been set. You've already set up to ice this screen. Where's the backside help right here? You cannot allow this pass to get made. If this is where your backside help's coming from, he's got to go now. He should already be there. Because look at this. Without any backside help, all the Pelicans have to do is pocket pass here, and Kevin Love has no time to contest this Derek Favors floater. So, I mean, again, like right now, you've set up to ice this ball screen right now. So if this is your backside help right here, this backside defender has to leave, okay? Again, if a skip pass gets made here to this man here, you X out of it. This player rotates up, and then that player goes from being in backside help, rotating on to this man here. Or if you want, this player can go in backside help, this player rotates up, this player rotates up, and then this player rotates onto this last Pelicans player. But you cannot be icing a ball screen with no backside help. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? You're giving up open little shots like that. We're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to attempt to set an empty side ball screen here, but look at this. Kevin Love hasn't even come set yet, and Colin Sexton is already trying to start to come off this ball screen here. So when that happens, you're going to get called for a moving screen every single time, okay? So Colin Sexton needs to relax. Just stay stationary, let Kevin Love get set, and let him set this ball screen. It looks like Drew Holiday is going to go under here, so if Colin Sexton wants, he can have an open three-point shot right here, okay? Or you can run a twist screen here, okay? Kevin Love can set another screen going this way, and then you can come off it again this way, and then maybe you force New Orleans to switch, so you get a mismatch down low, or you get them in drop coverage, so you create a little 2-on-1 going this way with the big dropping. But again, Colin Sexton can't be starting to come off this ball screen while Kevin Love hasn't even come set yet, because you're going to get called for a moving screen every single time. Like, what happens there? All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So right here, Zion Williamson's just going to destroy Tristan Thompson in the post here. Okay? Now, a couple of things here. When the ball gets in the post here, especially with this being Zion Williamson, drop. This guard should drop halfway. Okay? So that if Zion Williamson comes this way, which is where Tristan Thompson should be forcing him anyways, because if you allow Zion Williamson to go this way, there's no help, there's no post dig. Okay? But if this guard here drops like he's supposed to, okay? Get him halfway. Get him to right about here. So now he's halfway between the ball and his man. And if you force Zion Williamson to come this way, now you can stunt, dig in the post, get that dribble picked up, and recover back out. Okay? So, one, you're leaving Tristan Thompson on an island with Zion Williamson. That's clearly not going to end well right here. Okay? It's going to be a 2 for New Orleans. But the second thing is one, again, Tristan Thompson, look at how he's angling him this way. There's no help this way. Okay? Force him to the middle of the floor, and again, you have so many options here. You can either dig in the post, just stunt, get that dribble picked up early, clog that post up for Zion Williamson, recover back out, or you can double team, right? This player can double here, okay, and then this player rotates here, okay, this player rotates there, okay, and if the ball gets kicked to the corner here, okay, this player just simply rotates up, and the man that went to double just rotates out into the corner. You X out of it, okay? But, I mean, again, all those options are in play, but the worst one is leaving Tristan Thompson one-on-one on an island with Zion Williamson, which, you know, is just going to end poorly quite often. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this empty side ball screen. First of all, we got a bit of a problem here. Okay, Colin Sexton should be coming much tighter off this ball screen. Look at this space between him and the screener, Kevin Love. The Pelicans are trying to fight over the top of this ball screen. So Colin Sexton should be pretty much rubbing shoulders with Kevin Love when he comes off the screen. Okay? Because the more separation you have, the less tight you come off this ball screen, the more space Lonzo Ball has to fight over the top of this screen. Okay, you see that? Get tighter off Kevin Love right here and be rubbing shoulders. So now there's no space for Lonzo Ball to be able to fight over the top. Okay, but there's still the angle here. Look at this. This player right here, I can't see if that's Colin Sexton or Darius Garland, but he has the angle here. You got to attack this big, okay? Because if he's attacking downhill here, look, he's got the angle, attack downhill, because as long as he's doing that, Zion Williamson has to stay towards the ball. And now this pick and pop to Kevin Love is wide open, okay? But you have to keep Zion Williamson towards the ball. Or if he attacks downhill and Zion Williamson leaves, then he's going right into the lane for two. But look at this. He's going to make this pass too early. He dragged Zion Williamson here. So now it makes it easy for Zion Williamson to be able to recover back out, and now you don't get anything open, and the Cavaliers are then going to have to reset their offense. Looking at a defensive clip here, another reason why drop coverage is so awful. Look at this. The Cavs drop the big, they fight over the top. So Brandon Ingram's going to walk right into an open mid-range jumper that he's going to miss. But look at this. You got multiple players contesting Brandon Ingram's jump shot here because you're in drop coverage, right? You've got the player fighting over the top contesting, and you've got Tristan Thompson contesting. So look at this. Now when this shot gets taken, look at this. You've got two Pelicans down low here going for this offensive rebound, and Kevin Love. So, right, Kevin Love's, what's he going to do? He's going to decide, I guess, to go box out Derek Favors, but when he does that, look, there's absolutely no one to box out Zion Williamson. So it just gets tipped right to Zion for a dunk. So again, stop running drop coverage. It's such a bad ball screen defensive scheme. Look at this. Get this big up. The Pelicans' spacing isn't any good here anyways. Okay, if you don't want to switch, then hedge. Stop this ball handler's dribble right here. Okay, now this Cavaliers player, all he has to do, okay, is just tag Derek Favors in backside help here. Okay, if a skip pass gets made all the way to the corner here, okay, which it's a difficult pass to make with four arms in your face. Kevin Love can quite easily rotate over here, okay, and then the man that went in backside help can just drop back down here and you X out of it, okay? But this ball screen defense where you're just giving up numbers and making it difficult to get rebounds off of, like, it's just such a bad ball screen defensive scheme. All right, we got an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to set back-to-back ball screens right here. So I don't know where Tristan Thompson's going off this ball screen. Whenever the defense, look at this. So Drew Holiday goes underneath this ball screen right here. Okay, there's no angle to get in the lane here. So what are these bigs doing? Whenever you run a ball screen, okay, and the defense goes under, and there is no jump shot being taken coming off that ball screen, okay? One of these bigs has got to see this. Like, where's Tristan Thompson going? Tristan Thompson just needs to twist and set a second ball screen at the foul line. Get Kevin Love out of here. You got to have better spacing, so Kevin Love needs to get away, okay? Or if it's Kevin Love that wants to set the twist screen, then Tristan Thompson needs to get away. But set a twist screen, because when you run this ball screen now at the foul line, now Drew Holiday's not going to be able to go under, okay? And now you might force a switch, so you force Drew Holiday to guard one of your bigs down low, okay, or you can get Colin Sexton on the perimeter going up against one of the Pelicans' bigs, okay, or you get him in drop coverage, where now you get that opens up the mid range for you, or you create a numbers advantage with the big rolling. But when a defense goes under like this and you're not taking a jump shot and you have no angle to get into the lane like Colin Sexton doesn't, just relax, stay there, and have one of these bigs come back and set a twist screen, because Drew Holiday's not going to be able to go under a ball screen set at the foul line, and now you create much better openings for you. But instead, Colin Sexton's going to drive in the lane on Drew Holiday, a great defensive player, get the ball stolen, and now the Cavs get nothing out of this possession. A defensive clip here. So what's this player for Cleveland doing here in transition? Okay, Brandon Ingram's got the ball right here. This player for Cleveland should, first of all, his main focus should just be sprinting back and getting beneath the three-point line so he's in the gaps defensively. Okay, I don't know why he initially starts to go over here. I mean, you got Colin Sexton's defending this player for New Orleans. Tristan Thompson has Zion Williamson. This player for Cleveland should be sprinting to get underneath the three-point line, because Brandon Ingram's got the ball right here in transition. We cannot be leaving Cedi Osman on an island defending him one-on-one downhill. Okay, look at this. Where is he going? Just get beneath the three-point line and in the gaps defensively. So Brandon Ingram has no driving lane this way, right? Stunt, recover back out, get that dribble picked up early. Okay, but this player is just in total no man's land. Okay, and now guess what happens? Brandon Ingram is going one-on-one with Cedi Osman in transition, and it's going to be a two-shot foul now because of there was no gap defense there. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So, again, Brandon Ingram's got the ball up top going up against Cedi Osman, okay? So, right here, again, this player for Cleveland is too pressed up to the perimeter. The shell drill in a game, this player should be easily a half step to a step in this way, okay? Because if you're in the gaps defensively, okay, where you're supposed to be, that player doesn't have to move to just stunt at this drive, okay? If you have to first move inward and your body momentum takes you inward and you have to take a step inward, you're never going to get out to the three-point line in time. But if you're already positioned where you're supposed to be, half step to a step in, okay, when this player comes here, now you don't have to move. You just have to stunt. Don't have to move inward, stunt, and then on the air time of that pass out here, you'll have plenty of time to recover back out. You see it all the time. Okay, this is the shell drill in a game. Okay, but you gotta clog this driving lane up for Brandon Ingram. Okay, because look at this. They're not. The Cavs aren't in the gaps defensively here. Okay, so now Brandon Ingram is able to split through here, which he should never be able to do. Okay, but now the Cavs are going to help at the rim, and by then it's too late. Okay, you're putting your big in a terrible spot, and he's going to end up fouling him. But also Brandon Ingram has the option to just drop it off to Derek Favors for a dunk. You cannot be helping at the rim. Okay, and by then it's a foul and 2 shots for New Orleans. We're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this ball screen, okay? Now this guard does a great job attacking off this big's hip. Now Tristan Thompson, when he rolls here, you know a backside defender's coming here. Tristan Thompson has got to, first of all, roll hard and do a much better job of sealing off this backside defender. Look at this. Right here. He's on this backside defender's inside hip. All he's got to do is take a step and seal him off in, okay? Because now we're just going to drop it off to you right here. But you have to seal off that backside defender and make yourself an option right here, okay? And now Tristan Thompson's either going up for an easy 2, okay, or we have a cutter coming this way and he can hit him for 2, or if that cutter takes Zion Williamson out, then we have Kevin Love in the corner for a catch-and-shoot 3. But this right here, Tristan Thompson, just get in front of this backside defender and seal him off so we can just drop this off. And more than likely, you're just going to be able to go up and it's going to be a layup, okay? But we have to hit you there. This guard's going to try and make a skip pass that's difficult, and it's going to end up being a turnover now. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. It's just awful defense, okay? The Pelicans set a cross screen right here, okay? All this player here has got to do is clearly his man is setting a cross screen, okay? Just get attached, jam this player as he's coming through this cross screen so Tristan Thompson can easily meet him on the other side, okay? And then you're fine. Okay, but you have to get attached, and as soon as Zion Williamson starts to come through, you just jam him as he comes through. What is this player for Cleveland's going to end up showing? Look at this. Look how far down he has to go with Zion Williamson to show. All he needs to do here is right now, your man is clearly setting a cross screen. Just get over here and jam Zion Williamson as he's coming through. Okay, you stay attached. Okay, so if Drew Holiday then tries to pop to the perimeter, you can stay with him. But look at this. Why is he showing all the way down here instead of just jamming him as he comes through. Because now look, now he's going to be late to get out to Drew Holiday here. Going to get bit with a pump fake. Now that draws help, and it's going to be an easy layup for New Orleans. All right, we got a defensive clip. Look at Kevin Love right here in transition. Again, he should be sprinting back to get beneath the three-point line. You've got to be in the gaps defensively. Look at this. Look how Kevin Love is just lollygagging back. So now he's out past the three-point line instead of being here and in the gaps defensively. So now again, no driving lane for Brandon Ingram. You can stunt, recover, dribble gets picked up there. Okay, but because Kevin Love was lollygagging his way back, not getting beneath the three-point line and in the gaps defensively, look, now Brandon Ingram has all this space to just drive, and look, he's going to get right to the basket for an easy 2 for New Orleans. All right, we got an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers set this ball screen right here. The Pelicans go under. Okay, look at this. So right here, bang. This is not a jump shot right here. Okay? Then all Tristan Thompson has to do, if we back it up, look, set this screen here, just twist. Okay, if Drew Holiday goes underneath and this isn't a jump shot, just twist and set another screen. Because the second screen you set, again, he's not going to be able to go under. Okay, and now you might create a switch where you get a mismatch on the perimeter or down low. You get him in drop coverage where you get this little mini 2-on-1 here with Colin Sexton, Tristan Thompson against this big dropping while you force Drew Holiday to have to fight over the top. Okay, or that opens up the mid-range, that opens up all these different things. But whenever you set a ball screen and the defense goes under, and this guard isn't coming off this ball screen and taking a jump shot, just twist. The big just needs to twist, and now the guard comes right off a second ball screen, okay, that Drew Holiday, the defender, will not be able to go under. But again, Tristan Thompson doesn't twist and set a second screen. Colin Sexton doesn't really give him any time to anyways, so now he's just going one-on-one and takes a bad contested mid-range jump shot. Same thing. Cavs set a ball screen. How many times do we have to do this? Okay, this guard comes off this ball screen. Drew Holiday goes under the ball screen. This isn't a jump shot. Where's Kevin Love going? You know they're going under this ball screen. Tristan Thompson needs to get away from the screen so that his defender gets away from the screen to help out with spacing. But again, look, you set this ball screen. Kevin Love, just twist. Come right back and set a second ball screen. Again, Tristan Thompson needs to get out of here because you're killing the spacing. But if you just twist, okay, look, and get right into a second ball screen right here, Drew Holiday's not going to be able to go under. Okay, and now you force a switch, you force drop coverage, okay, where you get a little 2-on-1 going with Kevin Love and Darius Garland, Colin Sexton coming off this ball screen against the big that has to drop. Okay, and now Kevin Love then can pop, okay, because the big has to drop towards the ball while Drew Holiday fights over the top. But if the guard is going under the ball screen, which we've seen now 3 times, okay, just bang, set one ball screen, boom, right into a second ball screen on a twist screen. Okay, and now you create the advantage. But again, there's no second ball screen set, so now Cleveland's just going one-on-one, okay, and then Tristan Thompson is for some reason going to take a 3, and now you get nothing. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this ball screen. First of all, what is Larry Nance doing? Get out of the way. You're just killing the spacing for this ball screen. Get your defender out of the way. Right now, look at this. We got the Pelicans in drop coverage right here, okay? They're going to be dropping the big and fighting over the top. So we should have a 2-on-1 right now, okay, with the ball handler coming off this ball screen and Tristan Thompson rolling. But again, there's no space for Tristan Thompson to roll because Larry Nance is right in the middle of this ball screen on the strong side of the floor. Get to the weak side of the floor, okay? Secondly, okay, let's pretend that Larry Nance isn't spaced as poorly as he is, okay? This guard can't hesitate coming off this ball screen. He's got to just attack hard downhill off this big's hip, okay? Because if you're hesitating, if you pick up your dribble, you're just allowing this defender here time to get back in the play, okay? Just attack hard downhill. This should be a 2-on-1 with the ball handler and the big rolling against this big dropping. This player's behind the play, okay? But instead, this guard is going to hesitate here, which you cannot do on a ball screen, okay, especially against drop coverage. It allows this player back into the play. Larry Nance kills the spacing anyways, and this just turns into a horrendous possession that the Cavs get nothing out of. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Pelicans are going to run back-to-back ball screens here. Now look at this. So Larry Nance is going to get hit with this first ball screen. Look at this. This second ball screen, look at how far Larry Nance is from Brandon Ingram right here. You have to switch this ball screen. I mean, the Cavaliers are going to be in drop coverage, which is a joke anyways. But Larry Nance is going to, look at how long it's going to take him to have to get over the top here. Okay? So again, Larry Nance can't be spending any time now going towards Brandon Ingram. You have to switch. He's got to just go bang. Kevin Love just takes Brandon Ingram. Larry Nance goes on to Derek Favors, okay? You can be strong in the gaps defensively, okay, if you're worried about Kevin Love getting blown by Brandon Ingram. But it's just too, look at, Larry Nance is just way too far from Brandon Ingram at this point to do any other defense other than just have Larry Nance switch on to Derek Favors. But look what happens here. Both players here go towards the basketball, okay? And at this point, now this backside defender, is going to be late. He's going to have to come all the way over here now. So now you're never going to be able to get over, obviously, to Drew Holiday. So you're going to be giving up an open three because you just didn't switch that ball screen like what you had to do. Looking at a defensive clip, this is easy. Okay, the Pelicans, look at this right here. Derek Favors is clearly getting ready to set a flare screen right here, okay? You can see he's getting ready to set a flare screen. So again, I can't hear what's going on, but either Kevin Love right now has got to be saying flare, 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 so Tristan Thompson can get aggressive and being able to step over the top of this flare screen early, okay? If you're late trying to get over the top of a flare screen, you're going to get nailed with the screen, and you're going to give up an open three, okay? And if Kevin Love is calling out flare screen, like he should be, then Tristan Thompson's got to hear this and get over the top early, okay? So, again, I can't hear, but one of those two things happened for the Cavaliers, and it's the reason why Tristan Thompson's going to get nailed with this flare screen, and it's going to be a wide-open three-pointer for Lonzo Ball. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are just going to simply run this ball screen too early. Look at this. Matthew Dellavedova's got to get way to the weak side of the floor. Because look, when this ball screen getting set, he's letting his man now right here, and now you're clogging up space. See how he's clogging up this space right there because he's in the gaps defensively? Like right now, Darius Garland right here has got to allow Matthew Dellavedova to get more to the weak side of the floor and get wide, so his man has to get wide. Okay, look at this. He's setting this ball screen. Brandon Ingram is standing right here. There's no room. Like right here, the Pelicans are in this drop coverage. So we should have a 2-on-1 here. Again, ball handler coming off ball screen, this big rolling, this player dropping for New Orleans. But because Matthew Dellavedova is so close to where this ball screen's being set, now his man is there to clog up the ball screen, and the spacing isn't what it should be. And so now this guard doesn't have any room to drag that player for New Orleans and create that little 2-on-1. So now he's going to end up just taking a bad contested mid-range shot, and you get nothing. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. This is real easy, okay? The Pelicans are setting a down screen right here. What on earth is Tristan Thompson doing? His man is clearly getting ready to set a down screen. He has got to get attached to his man right here. He can't be sagging like he's doing, okay? And show. So this player for New Orleans cannot curl coming off this down screen. It forces him to have to go out, and it gives the man getting hit with this screen time to get on the other side. But Tristan Thompson doesn't show, so look, see how this player for New Orleans is able to curl? Now this player for Cleveland's never going to have any time to get on the other side. So now look, now Tristan Thompson now has to go help, and of course that leaves no one for the man that set that screen, so it's going to be a lob dunk for New Orleans. Looking at a defensive clip here, so I can't tell if the Cavs are trying to switch this ball screen or they're just dropping high, but either way, it's atrocious. Look at this. When you drop high like this, you've given Drew Holiday all this space to just blow by the big. Again, Matthew Dellavedova's got to try and fight over the top of this ball screen here, okay? So, again, Drew Holiday now is just going to be able to blow by this big and get right into the lane for an easy two. So, again, just hedge this ball screen. Hedging, dropping high, you're almost hedging anyways. So you might as well just get all the way up and hedge, okay? Backside help comes right here for this Pelicans player's role. This player's going to sink down, okay? And he's going to occupy both of these Pelicans players, and if a skip pass is made all the way in the corner there, he just rotates there, and the backside defender just rotates up, okay? But you stop Drew Holiday's dribble all the way out here, okay? Now, if the Cavaliers are switching this ball screen, which it looked like they were in drop coverage, they might have switched, this is still wrong. Because look at this. When you switch a ball screen, you got to get underneath. Like, bang, Matthew Dellavedova, gets hit with the screen, you're immediately underneath the screener, okay? Because now, again, you're in the gaps defensively. See if Dellavedova's underneath the screener when he switches right here. Look, there's no driving lane for Drew Holiday here, right? You're in the gaps defensively. Stunt, get the dribble picked up, recover back out. So I don't know if they're dropping high or they're just switching, but either way, it's garbage ball screen defense, and it leads to easy buckets as usual. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So here come the Pelicans in transition right here. Now, Drew Holiday is going to end up going one-on-one with Larry Nance Jr. That's obviously a pretty bad matchup for Cleveland defensively. Okay, so you got to be strong in the gaps. Now, again, this has nothing to do with it because Drew Holiday is going to go this way, but what is this player for Cleveland doing, just out of curiosity? Okay, look how he's out past the three-point line. His man's at half court. Who cares? Get beneath the three-point line and in the gaps defensively. So Drew Holiday has no driving lane coming this way. I mean, so you can just stunt to get that dribble picked up, recover back out. Like, Drew Holiday, especially with this matchup, you've got to be strong in the gaps. And look at Drew Holiday has all the space here to drive this way because this defender is senselessly out past the three-point line. Okay, so that's number one. Now, Drew Holiday is going to go this way. Now, again, you got to be strong in the gaps defensively. Matthew Dellavedova is for absolutely no reason too pressed up to the perimeter on the baseline in the corner. He should easily be another step in. Shell drill in a game, the most common drill in basketball. If you're positioned like you're supposed to be in the gaps defensively, okay? When Drew Holiday comes this way, if he's a step in like he's supposed to be, Matthew Dellavedova doesn't have to move. If Matthew Dellavedova has to take a step in first to get in the gap, okay, to clog this driving lane, he's never going to have time to get out to the corner on the airtime of that pass. But you see it all the time. If he's a step in like he's supposed to be, okay, right now, okay, he doesn't have to move. Now when Drew Holiday comes this way, he doesn't have to move inward first. He just has to stunt at this, and then on the airtime of that pass, he'll be able to recover back out into the corner, okay, and you're not giving up anything open. Okay, but again, Matthew Dellavedova, for no reason whatsoever, is way too pressed up to the three-point line, so now Drew Holiday has a wide-open driving lane and smokes Larry Nance, and it's 2. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to switch this Pelicans ball screen here. So you've got a pretty good mismatch down low, okay? So, I mean, what's going on here? I mean, you got to send help. Why is Larry Nance all the way out here? First of all, regardless of whether this is a mismatch or not down low, drop. Get halfway, okay? You're halfway between the ball and your man, so you can dig in the post. Once this ball gets on the deck, you can stunt, get that dribble picked up early, recover back out. Okay, you have plenty of time. Lonzo Ball's 50 feet from the hoop. Okay? But right here, I mean, we got to send help here. I mean, there's got to be a double team coming from somewhere. I mean, if Larry Nance goes to double, okay, you just rotate here, rotate there, leave this weak side wing open. If the ball gets skipped over here, this player just rotates there, and you X out like that. Okay, if you want to help from the baseline, this player comes in doubles, this player rotates down. Again, you leave that opposite wing. If the ball gets skipped there, Matthew Dellavedova rotates here, and then the man that went to double team just rotates up here. But, I mean, not sending any help here. I mean, you're just going to get destroyed on this, and you're going to see it's going to end up being a 2-shot foul for the Pelicans. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Pelicans are going to set a ball screen right here. If your ball screen defense you're going to try and go under this ball screen, like it looks like Cleveland's trying to do, there's zero reason, for this player right here, whose man is setting the screen, to not get up and jam this screener with his body. Okay? Because now this player doesn't have to go nearly as far under. Okay? You have got to jam the screener if you're going under, so now you're not giving up open threes. Okay? Look at this. Because he doesn't jam the screener here, look at how far under this player for Cleveland's going to have to go. And now you're just giving up open looks, and because it's a late contest, it's going to end up being a 3-shot foul for the Pelicans. We're looking at a defensive clip here. So this is all about rotations here. Now, again, drop coverage is absolute garbage. Look at this. The Cavs are in drop coverage. They drop the big right here and fight over the top. But, here, okay, so you got backside help right here. The reason why drop coverage is so awful here, look at this. Look at the difference in this pass here for Lonzo Ball, how much easier this pass is to make. Okay? If you hedge, look at this. Now Lonzo Ball has to make this pass from all the way out beyond the three-point line. Okay? Now, the problem with the Cavaliers is going to be the rotation here. Okay, look at this. You got backside help here. So this is an easy X out here. Okay? When Lonzo Ball rotates, kicks the ball there, this player for Cleveland needs to rotate here, and then the backside defender needs to go up. Look at this, though. Look at how this backside defender is going to start going towards this player here for New Orleans. See, look at this. See how he starts going in this way? No, it's all about timing and reaction. Like right here, this is a read, okay, defensively. You go in backside help. You're not going back to your man. You're Xing out going here because this player is going to rotate there and an X out. But look at this. You got both players here for Cleveland going towards this man in the corner here, okay? So now when they swing it here, of course, you're going to be late, and he's going to bite him on a pump fake. It's going to be a wide-open three-pointer. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this ball screen that the Pelicans go under again. If this is not going to be a jump shot coming off this ball screen, then simply just have this big twist, and you set a second ball screen coming off this way. Okay, and now they're not going to be able to go under. Now you force them to switch, where you get a mismatch, or you get them in drop coverage, where you get these little mini 2-on-1s against the big dropping and the guard having to fight over the top of the ball screen. Okay? But when you run a ball screen and the defense goes under and you're not setting a twist screen, you've accomplished absolutely nothing. Okay? If that's not going to be a jump shot for the guard. Okay? And you can see Matthew Dellavedova is going to drive in traffic and it's going to be a turnover. Set a twist screen. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So this player for Cleveland is going to blow by his man and get into the lane. This is on Larry Nance right now. Look at this right here. Okay, Larry Nance is going to do a great job. Look, his man right here is going to step up and backside help. When Larry Nance Jr. cuts here, you've got to be expecting that someone's going to be trying to help the helper, and you have to seal off that man. Okay, look at this right here. This should not be a contested layup at all. Look at Larry Nance right now. You got your backside defender coming right here. He has got to make sure he's on his inside hip and sealing him off. So we're just dropping this to you for an easy 2. But you have to seal off that man sinking down to help the helper. And look what happens. He doesn't seal him off. So now look. Now this player here for Cleveland's got to take a terrible contested layup, and you end up getting nothing out of this. We're looking at an offensive clip here. This is just becoming comedy at this point, okay? The Cavaliers run an empty side ball screen. The Pelicans, again, go underneath this screen, okay? This isn't a jump shot. So right here, this big, just twist. Set a second screen, okay? They can't go under that second screen, okay? Now you create a switch with a mismatch, or with this being an empty side ball screen, if they're in drop coverage where they drop the big here, okay, and this guard has to fight over the top, then you have a 2-on-1 on the strong side of the floor with this guard coming off this ball screen and this big rolling. Okay? So set a twist screen. Get those advantages. When you set ball screens and the defense goes under and you're not taking a jump shot, it's just a total waste of time. And you can see Matthew Dellavedova, there's no twist screen, so another turnover. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run a ball screen here. The Pelicans are going to defend atrociously. They're in this stupid drop coverage too, where they drop the big and fight over the top. So Tristan Thompson's got to stop rolling here. This is just a short roll. Okay, like right here, stop. Okay, once we get this ball through, we have numbers. It's going to force this backside defender to step up. Hopefully then this player cuts and we can go right from this short roll into this cutter for an easy dunk. Okay, or if that cut takes this defender with him, then we go short roll to a catch and shoot 3 right here. So, but stop rolling. We're just going to short roll it. You got a backside defender right here. We want to force this backside defender to have to step up. Okay, but it's a short roll. Okay, because all we got to do is get that through and we have numbers. But you can see Tristan Thompson keeps rolling for no reason, so now it's going to end up being a turnover for New Orleans. Looking at a defensive clip here, so the Pelicans are going to run this ball screen. It looks like this guard's icing this ball screen here. So what's this big doing? You got to get underneath and down this ball screen with this guard. I mean, if this big doesn't down the ball screen with the guard, then now this player here is just going to have a wide open lane, and you can see what happens here. It's an easy layup. So, okay, right here, this guard is icing this ball screen here. This big has to get up and down the ball screen with them, okay? And now you got to trust your backside help. This defender steps up on Derek Favors' roll. This Cavaliers player sinks down and occupies both Pelicans players 2 passes away. If the ball gets skipped here, this player rotates there, then the backside defender just X's out there. Okay, but if the big doesn't down the ball screen with the guard, you're just giving up a layup then. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. This is just an awful shot by Cedi Osman. Look at this. The Pelicans are in this drop coverage where they drop the big and they fight over the top. Look at this right here. You got this backside defender stepping up, okay? Pocket pass through to Tristan Thompson on a short roll, okay? Now that forces this backside defender to have to step up, and now we can go here now for a Kevin Love catch and shoot three, okay? Or what I would prefer is that you go short roll to force this backside defender to step up to a Kevin Love cut, and now it's either a dunk there, or if he occupies this defender, the three-point line's still open, and we go here for a catch-and-shoot three. But either way, we have a numbers advantage. Get this ball through on a short roll, and now let's get all these interesting opportunities on the weak side of the floor. Or, to be honest, Tristan Thompson can catch this and just go up for a little floater over this guard and backside help. But Cedi Osman's going to take the worst of those options, a terrible contested shot, and the Cavs get nothing. Looking at a defensive clip here. So, again, you're in drop coverage right here, okay? You drop the big, you fight over the top. Tristan Thompson is never going to have enough time to drop towards the ball, and then when Brandon Ingram pops to the three-point line, come all the way out to the three-point line and contest this look. I mean, look at this. You're giving up wide-open catch-and-shoot threes to Brandon Ingram. Now, he misses this, but that's bad defense. You're getting lucky there, okay? So, again, you got to X out of this right here, okay? This guard's got to rotate up onto Brandon Ingram, okay? This player rotates here, this big rotates there, and then Tristan Thompson goes from dropping to the ball to rotating here, okay? But, I mean, again, like, when you're in drop coverage, you're not Xing out of this on a pick and pop, you're just going to be giving up wide-open catch-and-shoot threes. You get very lucky there. That's bad defense. I'm sorry. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers run an empty side ball screen. Now, the Pelicans are in this drop coverage here. They drop the big, they fight over the top. You have a 2-on-1 with this, okay? Ball handler coming off the ball screen, Tristan Thompson rolling against this big dropping, okay? So, I mean, right here, okay, all this guard has to do is just attack the lane, okay? Attack the lane, you got a 2-on-1, get this big to commit towards the ball, and now Tristan Thompson's roll's open, okay? Or if ultimately this guard right here, okay, ends up switching over the top on Tristan Thompson can just seal that guard, and that lob is still open. So you've got all these great opportunities on the strong side of the floor against this drop coverage right here. Again, more than likely it's going to be this guard fighting over the top, and you have a 2-on-1 right here. And then again, you just got to keep attacking that big until he commits towards the ball, and then Tristan Thompson's roll's open. Why aren't you even exploring any of those opportunities? This guard just quickly kicks it out to Kevin Love, who jacks a 40-foot contested three, and you get zilch out of it. We're looking at a defensive clip here. Why is this guard for Cleveland so nonchalantly getting back right here? Okay, Brandon Ingram's coming hard downhill in transition. Look at this right here. Look at how nonchalant this Cavs player is about getting back. Get underneath the three-point line and in the gaps defensively. Look at this. Why is this player not right here in the gaps? So, I mean, the man he's guarding, Derek Favors, is all the way to here. He can't shoot threes anyways. So when Brandon Ingram comes this way, you're stunting, stopping that driving lane right there, clogging it up, recovering back out. Okay, there's absolutely no reason you're not in the gaps defensively here. But instead, he's going to let Brandon Ingram just split right through, and you see he's getting it right to the rim. Now, Brandon Ingram misses a layup, but again, you're getting lucky. That's bad defense again. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. Again, you're in. Now, this is just pathetic. So here, the Pelicans set a ball screen right here. Okay? I mean, if you're trying to fight over the top of this ball screen, this big has to drop towards the ball. Okay? And he can't leave to go back on to Zion Williamson until this guard is able to get over the top and play him straight up one-on-one. If the big doesn't drop towards the ball, then this guard, all he's got to do is just warp and go right into the lane for a layup. Like, what is that? Now, again, you know I hate drop coverage here. This would be a lot easier if this big just gets up and you hedge, you stop this ball handler's dribble out here, you got the tag man right here in backside help, and if a skip pass gets made over here, he should have plenty of time on the air time of that pass to recover back out, and you're not giving up open catch-and-shoot threes. But if you want to run drop coverage, this big has to stay underneath the ball until this guard is able to fight over the top and play the ball handler straight up one-on-one. Because if not, he's just going to get right into the lane. It's going to be two. We're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run an empty side ball screen. Now, this player for Cleveland's going to take a mid-range jumper and miss. I mean, you can just do so much better than this. again, when you run an empty side ball screen against drop coverage, okay, you have a 2-on-1. Okay? The big dropping, the guard's fighting over the top. He's behind the play. So all this guard's got to do is just attack this big's hip this way. Okay? And once you get this big to commit towards the ball, Tristan Thompson's role is going to be wide open. I mean, look at this. If he keeps his dribble alive and just attacks Derek Favors' hips and get him to commit towards the ball, now Tristan Thompson rolls open, and this is just a layup or a dunk. Okay? So, I mean, you know, you take a mid-range jumper here, you can do better than that, and you can see that you get nothing now out of it. Looking at a defensive clip here, this is so basic right here. The Pelicans, look at this. They're going to fake a dribble handoff. This is not how you defend a dribble handoff, okay? There's two ways to defend a dribble handoff. Either this guard takes a step back, this player goes underneath and just gets to this player on the other side. Fake dribble handoff or not. Okay, or you switch, okay? And right now that's got to be communicated. This player obviously leaves and takes this player, okay? And then this player takes, obviously, the man who'd be handing the ball off. But look at this. The Cavs botched this. They got two players here. Look at, they got two players going towards this one Pelicans player. So now Drew Holiday's just going to be able to get right into the lane, and it's a layup. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Pelicans are going to set up like they're going to set a down screen right here. Now this player for Cleveland cannot be leaning or trying to cheat this screen and get over the top early, because he does that, and what happens here is that this player here is just going to blow by him and get into the lane for a dunk. Now the other thing that needs to be happening here is Kevin Love cannot be sagging off his man like this, okay? His man is clearly setting a down screen. He's got to get attached and show, so that this player for New Orleans can't curl coming off this down screen. It's going to force him to have to go out, and it's going to allow this player time to just chase off his hip and not have to lean or anticipate any screen coming, because he's going to have time to just meet him on the other side by chasing, okay? But Kevin Love sags off his man. Look at this player. See how he leans towards that screen early? Now Brandon Ingram's just going to blow by him, get into the lane, and it's going to be an easy dunk for New Orleans. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. Now, this is just a botched rotation by the Cavaliers, but again, this is why I hate drop coverage as well. Okay, look at this. The Cavaliers are in drop coverage. They drop the big. They fight over the top. So they're going to make this pass to Zion Williamson. Now, Kevin Love steps up in backside help. So this is an easy X out. Okay, when the ball gets swung here, this player for Cleveland rotates there, and either Kevin Love's going to rotate up here, okay, or this player rotates there and Kevin Love rotates over here. But what's going to happen here is, watch, two Cavaliers players are going to go towards one, okay? You got two Cavaliers players going towards this Pelicans player. So now when the ball gets swung here, that forces this player to rotate up, so there's no one to guard the short corner, and it's going to lead to a wide open shot at the rim for the Pelicans. Now, but look at how much different this is if also you hedge this ball screen, okay? You don't want to switch. Okay, if you don't want to switch, then if you hedge this ball screen, okay, and you stop this ball handler's dribble out here, now Kevin Love can come all the way over here in this backside help area, okay? And now that pass to Zion Williamson doesn't get made on the roll. This player for Cleveland just sinks down then, okay? He's going to occupy both Pelicans players 2 passes away. Now, if a skip pass is made all the way into the corner here, keep in mind that's with 4 different arms in his face on the other side of the floor. This player just simply then rotates over here, this player rotates there, and then Kevin Love goes from being in backside help on Zion Williamson's roll to rotating up onto Lonzo Ball. And now you're not even letting that pass to Zion Williamson get made. But, you know, again, this would be okay if your rotations were fine, which they're not, and that's why it's an easy little shot at the rim for the Pelicans. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So, all right, the Pelicans are going to throw the ball to Zion Williamson. Look at this right here. Okay, Zion's got the ball at the top of the key. You cannot just leave Tristan Thompson on an island guarding him one-on-one. Okay? Right here, look at this. Why is this player here out beyond the three-point line? Drop. Get underneath, in the gaps defensively, okay? So now there's no driving lane for Zion Williamson this way, right? You're going to stunt, clog that driving lane up, recover back out. What is this player for Cleveland doing? This is not how you defend in the corner away from the ball, okay? He should have his back turned towards the baseline again, so he's in the gaps defensively, okay, and up the line a little bit, okay? So now look, now there's no driving lane for Zion Williamson here, and we're in the gaps defensively here, so we're stunting at his drive here, we're stunting at his drive here if he goes, and we're stunting at his drive here if he goes. And you'll still be able to recover to the three-point line. This is the shell drill in a game. Okay, but look, when you leave Tristan Thompson on an island trying to defend Zion one-on-one, look, it's going to force a two-shot foul now. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. Ball screen defense. The Cavs hedge this ball screen right here. Okay? If you're hedging this ball screen, you cannot allow this pass to get made. Where is your backside help? This pass to Zion cannot get made. Okay, look at this. Look at this backside defender. Why isn't he left yet? If that's where your backside help's coming from, he should, like right now, you can see this ball screen getting set right here, okay? Tristan Thompson should be leaving right now and getting ready to step up and backside help. Okay, this player for Cleveland's just going to step up and occupy both of these Pelicans players 2 passes away. Okay, if the ball gets kicked here, okay, this player for Cleveland then rotates over. Okay, this player for Cleveland then rotates there, and then Tristan Thompson goes from backside help onto this player for New Orleans. But if you hedge a ball screen, you don't have backside help. Look at this. As soon as this pass to Zion Williamson gets made and you allow it because your backside defender isn't there, you're in a lot of trouble because you're giving up numbers, and oh, by the way, this is Zion Williamson, so it's a layup. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers run this ball screen that the Pelicans ice. Okay, so look at this right here. Stop. You got him where you want him right here. Okay, this guard needs to keep attacking off of Derek Favors' hip this way, drag him a little bit more, and look, because we have him where we want him here. Keep attacking this way. Tristan Thompson's got to roll a little bit harder here. But look, once we pass through here, you force backside help to step up, and now it's just a short roll. Right into Cedi Osman for a 3, or if he does what I would really want him to do, he would cut, and then you go right from Tristan Thompson here to this cutter for a dunk. Okay, or if that cut occupies this defender, then we're right here for a catch-and-shoot 3. So you have numbers on the weak side of the floor. The Pelicans are icing this ball screen and letting you get this pass through. Tristan Thompson has to roll harder, but look at this. Just keep dragging this big and make this pass through, and now we short roll it and we have numbers for it when this backside defender has to step up. Okay, that's number 1. Now the Cavs run another ball screen right here. Okay, look at this now. So the Pelicans are in this drop coverage here. Okay, they drop the big. They're supposed to fight over the top, but Lonzo Ball ends up going under, whatever. Okay, so you have a 2-on-1. Lonzo Ball initially is going towards the basketball here. Tristan Thompson has to roll hard downhill. Okay, he's got all the space in the world to roll because this is an empty side ball screen. Once this big commits, you know Tristan Thompson's going to be wide open. Look at this. So the big commits now. See how the big commits towards the basketball? Now we got to try and hit Tristan Thompson right here. Tristan Thompson's got to be rolling harder again. But look at this. Like right here, you know Tristan Thompson's going to be open. Lonzo Ball is initially going towards the ball. So right here, try and get this ball to Tristan Thompson. Now, so they don't get the ball to him there. The second thing is, so Lonzo, once this guard right here realizes that this player for Cleveland's going to go up and try and attack the basket right here, he's going to fall back onto Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson, again, needs to be rolling harder, so right here he can seal off this defender who ends up just rotating back onto him. See, look at this right here. If Tristan Thompson's rolling harder and getting underneath this defender and sealing him off, now we can just drop it to him right here for an easy 2. But see how he doesn't seal off this defender that rotates back onto him? So now we don't have that option to hit him now. So now this player for Cleveland's going to take a layup that gets swatted and you get nothing. We're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers run this ball screen. Look at this. The Pelicans go underneath this ball screen, okay? So this isn't a jump shot. Now this big does what he's supposed to do. Okay, look at this. Look how he's going to twist. See, bang, twist right into a second screen. Why is this guard not coming off this screen? Lonzo Ball is not going to be able to go under this second screen right here, okay? So now if you get him in drop coverage, okay, that opens up the mid-range, or you create a little numbers advantage. Now with Lonzo Ball behind the play, this big's now on an island with this guard and Tristan Thompson rolling, and a backside help steps up here. Then this player in the corner's open for a catch-and-shoot 3. But come off this second ball screen. Lonzo Balls can't go under this second ball screen. Okay, come off of it. But instead, this guard refuses it and just drives in the lane and takes just a horrific shot that gets swatted, and you get nothing now out of it. We're looking at a defensive clip here. So Kevin Love's going to get sealed here in the post right here. There's got to be communication. Look at this. Zion Williamson has Kevin Love perfectly sealed down low. So this entry pass can't get made. Kevin Love has got to be calling out. Someone's got to be saying, that Kevin Love is getting sealed here. So you're going to have to pinch in over the top. Okay, Tristan Thompson's just going to have to take a step in right here, okay, so that this entry pass can't get made. Because once that ball gets down there, you're done. It's Zion Williamson. It's going to be 2 points. Okay, so call this out. Just pinch in a little bit. If they swing it to Derek Favors at the elbow, you should be able to recover back out, okay? And again, a Derek Favors contested mid-range is better than what you're about to see. But look, no one pinches in over the top, so now you allow this entry pass to get made and it's lights out. I mean, it's going to be a dunk for Zion Williamson. We're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers run this ball screen. Why is Tristan Thompson not rolling here? Look at this. The Pelicans drop the big right here, and they're supposed to be fighting over the top. Drew Holiday goes under, whatever. Look at this. Why is Tristan Thompson popping? Roll. Okay, look at all this space you have to roll. Okay, because now look, now we're unlocking backside help if you roll here. Okay, we're either pocket pass there for a dunk, or if you force this backside defender to step up, we're open right here in the corner for a catch-and-shoot three. Okay, or if it's Zion Williamson that steps up in this backside help, you got Kevin Love open right here, okay, for either a short roll or a skip pass from the guard, okay, but you've got to force one of these backside defenders to have to step up to open things up on the weak side of the floor there. But what is Tristan Thompson doing? Instead, he pops. So now Drew Holiday is going to then just rotate then back out to the perimeter, and he's going to jack a horrible contested three, and you get nothing now. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. More of why drop coverage is such a horrific ball screen defense. Look at this. The Cavaliers are going to drop the big and fight over the top. So you're allowing Drew Holiday to just walk right into a wide open, look at this, all the way here and right into a wide open 6-foot jump shot. Okay, it's an NBA player. He's going to make that. Okay, look at what. Get this big up, okay? And if you don't want to switch, then hedge, okay? Now you stop Drew Holiday's dribble out, all the way out here. You have a backside defender right here for Derek Favors' roll. This Cleveland player is going to sink down just a little bit and occupy both Pelicans players 2 passes away. And if a skip pass is made all the way into the corner, you just X out. He rotates there, and then the backside defender just rotates up. Okay? And now you're not giving up wide open jump shots that are just so easy to get into that all you need to do is set a ball screen. It's just ridiculous. All right, we got an offensive clip here. So the Cavs run a cross screen right here, okay? Look at the Pelicans don't defend this cross screen well at all, okay? What this player for New Orleans should be doing is coming over here and jamming Kevin Love as he gets through this screen so Zion Williamson can meet him on the other side in time, okay? But that doesn't happen. So right here, look at this. This should never be how it looks coming off a cross screen. So Kevin Love, first of all, has a perfect opportunity to just seal Zion Williamson off. Get right into his jersey and seal him. But people have to see, Tristan Thompson has to see this and come flash towards the middle part of the floor because we want to go here right into a post seal. And it's either a wide open post seal for Kevin Love, assuming he seals Zion Williamson and gets into his jersey, okay, or that forces backside help here from Brandon Ingram, and now we got an open player right here in the corner for a catch and shoot three. But Kevin Love doesn't seal Zion Williamson for no reason. So because he doesn't seal Zion Williamson, look at the difference here. Look at this. Now you're letting Zion Williamson get well over the top, and now Kevin Love is catching the ball all the way out here, and now this is just a regular post-up. You've just totally given up an easy opportunity there for no reason when the Pelicans didn't defend that cross screen you ran the right way. And so now look, now Kevin Love's going to try and draw a foul and just jack a horrendous shot, and you get zilch out of this possession. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers run this ball screen that the Pelicans don't switch the right way. Look at this. See how Brandon Ingram switches over the top? You never switch a ball screen over the top. Brandon Ingram should be right if you're switching the screen immediately underneath. So you've got the advantage here. Okay, look at Tristan Thompson here. He's got Brandon Ingram on his back. Okay? This is not really a great angle to enter the ball in the post. So Kevin Love just has to flash this way, and you go high-low. Bang right here. Tristan Thompson's going to continue to seal Brandon Ingram for 1 second longer, and then bang, we go right down low for an easy 2 on that post seal. But instead of trying to take advantage of this opportunity to seal Brandon Ingram in the post, this player for Cleveland's going to take a really bad contested 3, and you get nothing. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. What on earth is this player for Cleveland doing? Okay, look at this. What is this? Is he like trying to front him here? Okay, why? Just stay underneath. You're seeing ball, you're seeing man. I mean, if you're trying to front Brandon Ingram here, you have to have backside help. Okay? I mean, if you're trying to front him, either this player has to come over the top, okay, and get in backside help, or Kevin Love has to get over the top. You can't obviously front a player like this, okay, without any backside help coming from underneath. But this player, I don't know why you're trying to front Brandon Ingram. He's almost at the three-point line. Just stay underneath and play him straight up one-on-one. What are you doing? But this player here is going to try and front him, I guess. And now, look, now he's going to get smoked back door, and it's going to be a dunk. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. This is awful defense. The Pelicans, look at this. They're going to run a dribble handoff right here. Okay? How do you defend a dribble handoff? Tristan Thompson does what he's supposed to do. Look at this. See how he takes a step back from Zion Williamson? So it allows this Cavs defender to just go underneath and get on the other side. You do not fight over the top of a dribble handoff because this is going to happen. Look at this. Now Brandon Ingram's got a step and gets right into the lane. See right here, this dribble handoff happens. Tristan Thompson takes a step back, lets this player for Cleveland through, and you're meeting Brandon Ingram on the other side. Okay? But he's going to try and go over the top. So now look, now you're behind Brandon Ingram, and he's just going to walk right into a wide open layup. All right, we got a defensive clip here. What is Tristan Thompson doing? Why is he sagging off Zion Williamson? Well, what is the point of that? Okay, I mean, if there's a down screen coming, Tristan Thompson needs to stay attached, okay, and show. So this player, the player for New Orleans coming off it can't curl. He has to go out. So sagging there doesn't do any good, okay. If there's a cross screen getting set, Tristan Thompson's got to get attached and jam the player coming through the cross screen. Okay, so again, sagging there does you no good. And also when you sag, oh, by the way, you're sagging off of Zion Williamson. So look at this. He's just going to flash right here quickly because Tristan Thompson's sagging for I don't know what reason. Look at this. Now look where you're allowing Zion Williamson to catch it. Inside the charge circle. So because you sagged off for zero reason, there's no reason for you to be sagging off that's good. Now look at this. Now you're just letting Zion Williamson get an open layup there. I mean, he missed it, but that's bad defense out of a baseline out of bounds. So look at this. Great execution out of a baseline out of bounds. Cavaliers run a down screen right here that the Pelicans defend horrifically. Again, you can't sag. If you're this player for New Orleans, he's got to get attached to Tristan Thompson right here and show. So this player for Cleveland can't curl coming off this down screen. It forces him to have to go out this way, and it gives this player getting hit with this screen time to meet him on the other side. But New Orleans defends the down screen awfully, okay? So look, now this player is going to curl, and look at this. So because he's allowed to curl, see, this player for New Orleans now has no time to get on the other side. So now it's going to force Derek Favors here to have to step up off of this Cavs player coming off that screen. So now Tristan Thompson can just roll wide open, and it leads to a nice dunk. Beautiful execution. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. More bad ball screen defense. You're in this idiotic drop coverage where you drop the big and fight over the top. So there's no backside help here. So when Lonzo Ball makes this pocket pass through, look at this. Now you're just letting Zion Williamson catch it, and with all of his athleticism and force, it's just going to be 2 points for New Orleans. Ha! Get out of this ball screen defense, okay? Get this big up. Now you hedge this ball screen. Lonzo Ball's dribble gets stopped out here, okay? And now your backside defender, okay, can come from right here if you want. It doesn't matter. It could come from right here. But let's say for the sake of this example, it'll come from right here, okay? So now you don't allow. Now you're cutting off this pass design. Now this pass to Zion Williamson can't get made because there's a backside defender there. You can't run a ball screen defense, whether it's drop coverage, hedging, whatever, where you don't have any backside help because you're giving up numbers. You have to have backside help. Okay? And again, if a skip pass is made all the way over here, this is an easy X out. This player just rotates up here, that player rotates there, and then your backside defender just falls onto this last player for New Orleans. Or there's other different options depending on where the backside help comes from. But when you run a ball screen defense like drop coverage and you have zero backside help whatsoever, and it's Zion Williamson, you're going to get killed on the pick and roll. All right, we got a defensive clip, more bad ball screen defense. Look at this. You run this ball screen for the Pelicans. If you're switching this ball screen like the Cavs are trying to do, you don't switch over the top. Look at this. See how you're switching over the top? Back it up. Ball screen's coming. If your game plan is that you want to switch this, good, great. Immediately underneath. okay, immediately underneath. Because when you switch over the top like this and not underneath, now look, now he's able to slip this, and it's right into a wide open dunk because that's how you switch the ball screen. Looking at an offensive clip here, this is good execution. Empty side ball screen. Pelicans are in idiotic drop coverage where you drop the big and fight over the top. Okay, so Drew Holiday is going to come over and help in the gap right here. So this player for Cleveland doesn't stand at the perimeter. He cuts. So now his cut now draws Derek Favors. So now Tristan Thompson is then open. So you give it to him, and it's going to lead to a 2-shot foul here by the Pelicans and 2 shots for Cleveland. That's good execution. Do it more. We got a defensive clip here. This is so bad. All right. The Pelicans throw the ball here to Brandon Ingram. What is this player for Cleveland doing? Why is he going towards the three-point line? First of all, the ball's here, okay? The shell drill, the most basic drill in basketball that you run at every level, okay? You're in the corner. Your back is towards the baseline, okay? So you're in the gaps defensively. When this player comes through, you can just stunt. You don't have to move. You just stunt, get that dribble picked up early, and you have plenty of time then on the air time of that pass to recover back out. Okay, but look what this player does for Cleveland. Look at this. Look how his back is towards the sideline, not the baseline like it's supposed to be, okay? So he's not in the gaps defensively, so now Brandon Ingram's able to split through here, which you should never be able to do if your off-ball defense in the corner is what it's supposed to be. And look at this. It's just going to be a dunk for New Orleans. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. This is a disaster. Drew Holiday's going in the post. Now, again, the Cavaliers, you don't need multiple people going to double the post. This player's going to double the post, and this player's going to double the post. One player needs to double the post, okay? If it's going to be Kevin Love, then Kevin Love needs to go now. This player needs to stay towards Lonzo Ball, okay? Because you can double the post and get away with it, but your rotations have to be good. And if you send multiple people for no reason doubling the post, then you're not going to be able to rotate on the perimeter. So look at this. So if Kevin Love goes to double the post, Tristan Thompson does a great job sinking down and helping the helper. You can't leave this opposite block vacant. This player should not be doubling the post. I don't know what he's doing. He should be staying with Lonzo Ball, okay? And so we're leaving the weak side corner here, okay, right here open. So if the ball does get skipped over here, okay, this player is simply going to, again, this player would not be doubling the post. He'd be right here on Lonzo Ball. So if the ball gets skipped to the corner here, that player just rotates there, and then Tristan Thompson rotates up onto his man, and Kevin Love falls back onto the man he was originally guarding, okay? But again, you got multiple players doubling the post for no reason, so now you're never going to be able to get out to the perimeter in time because there's no one to rotate, so it's going to lead to a wide open three-pointer. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip. This is great gap defense here. Look at this. Ball's in the corner right here. Look at this defender. Okay, he's halfway between the ball and his man. Okay, he's going to be able, if this player comes this way, he's going to be able to stunt, recover back out. You clog up that driving lane. There's absolutely no reason to be pressed up at the perimeter. Okay, because if you're in the gaps positioned properly, on the air time of that pass, you won't have to move. You can just stunt. If you don't have to go inward first and recover back out. And look at this. Look at this player tries to drive. Look at that stunt. Okay, doesn't have to move, back out. Great job. Clog that driving lane up. And you can see, look, now it forces a terrible contested shot, and you get a stop. That's great defense. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this ball screen. The Pelicans are in this drop coverage where they drop the big and they fight over the top. Now, Matthew Dellavedova is going to try and make this lob pass way too early. Look at this. He's picked up his dribble already. You cannot pick up your dribble until you get this big to commit towards the basketball. See how this big hasn't committed anywhere? So it's way too easy for him to just swat this ball out of bounds. Okay, let's back it up. The reason drop coverage is such a stupid ball screen defense is, look, this player here is behind the play. So this is technically a 2-on-1 with the ball handler, the big rolling against this big dropping defensively. So right here, Matthew Dellavedova just has to keep his dribble alive and keep attacking downhill off this big's hip. Once this big commits towards the ball, either right here, this backside defender is going to stay, and Larry Nance Jr. is going to do a great job of sealing him off, so now we can just drop this ball underneath for an easy 2, or this backside defender leaves like it looks like he does here, and now we're just dropping this ball underneath to Larry Nance Jr. for a dunk. Or if this big allows you to drive baseline, now you put them in a terrible spot, because now if you drive baseline, we might have this player open for a catch and shoot 3, or again, if this backside defender leaves to then go back to the corner here, then Matthew Dellavedova just needs to attack baseline. If this guard tries to come back over the top, Larry Nance needs to then seal him, and we're just dropping it underneath to you for an easy 2. So that's how you create the openings that drop coverage gives you. But when you throw this ball before this big has to commit anywhere, you allow him to basically guard both of you and swat the ball out of bounds. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. This is bad defense here. Look at this. Brandon Ingram, I don't know, looks like maybe he's faking a flare screen. I don't know what's going on here, but why is this player for Cleveland sagging off? I mean, you're defending this flare screen by going over the top of it, so there's no reason to be sagging off Brandon Ingram if that's what he's doing is setting a flare screen, but he's not. He doesn't end up setting a flare screen. Look, they go right into a dribble handoff here with Zion Williamson. So because this player was sagging off for I don't know what reason, now he's going to get nailed with this screen right here. Okay, see if he's just staying attached to Zion Williamson here, up, okay? Now this ball screen here, he's not going to be so far behind here where he's got no chance to get out to Brandon Ingram. Now the other thing here is also, why is Tristan Thompson sagging off? I mean, at this point, you should just switch this, okay? Or you can stay attached and show, okay, until this player comes over the top, and then again, you can have, if Zion Williamson rolls here, you have backside help right here on Zion Williamson's roll. You can step up there, okay? But again, just when everyone's sagging off like this, you're just going to be giving up wide open threes. I mean, again, you get lucky that they miss this, but that's bad defense. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Pelicans are going to throw the ball to Lonzo Ball in the post. Now, so this player for Cleveland does a pretty good job. Look at this. Good job. He's halfway between the post and his man, okay? So if he comes this way, you're going to be able to stunt, recover back out. Lonzo Ball isn't too much of a post threat. I mean, I don't know really why you'd be wanting to double there, but my question, what is Matthew Dellavedova doing? Matthew Dellavedova here is guarding this player for New Orleans. Why is Matthew Dellavedova like peeking in like he's going to double the post here or something? I mean, just get out to your man, okay? Because now look, now Lonzo Ball is going to kick it out here, and Matthew Dellavedova is going to have to scramble to get out there. And so now he's going to get beat with a pump fake. So now the Cavs are going to have to switch off. They're going to X out. This player's going to take him, and Dellavedova is going to take this big. But the problem with that is now Dellavedova, when he X's out, he's coming up from over the top. So now Derek Favors has inside position on this offensive rebound, and it's going to end up being an easy foul call for New Orleans in 2 shots because Matthew Dellavedova was doing God knows what on that post up with Lonzo Ball. Looking at a defensive clip here, this is why you don't switch ball screens over the top. Look at this. See, the Cavaliers switched this ball screen. Okay, that's fine. But right here, look at this. See, ball screen gets set, bang. This guard needs to immediately look. The screen is clearly getting set, and if you're switching this ball screen immediately underneath, why? Because look, now look at this here. Now you're giving Drew Holiday a driving lane here, okay? If you are underneath immediately, like right here, okay, now you're in the gaps defensively, and there's no room for, this player should be right here, okay? So now if Drew Holiday wants to come this way, there's no driving lane, right? Stunt, dribble gets picked up, recover back out, shell drill, all that stuff. You're in the gaps defensively. But look, this player switches over the top, so now look, now you're giving Drew Holiday this runway to drive, which he should never have, okay? Because that dribble should be already picked up because you're underneath and you're in the gaps. And so now look, now Drew Holiday's just going to be able to get right into the lane. Easy 2 for New Orleans. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So the Pelicans are going to run this ball screen that the Cavaliers hedge, thankfully. But the only way you hedge a ball screen and it works is if you actually hedge the ball screen the right way, okay? So when you hedge this ball screen, you have to have backside help here. I mean, this pass can't get made. Kevin Love is not going to be able to rotate over in time, okay? Look there's no backside help. Look at this. No backside defender has left, not one, okay? So now when Melly catches this, what do you think? He's going to pump fake. Kevin Love's going to get destroyed by it, and it's going to be an easy layup. So how do you hedge a ball screen properly? Let's take a look. So right here, this ball screen gets set. Kevin Love comes and hedges high, which is good, okay? But look at this. Stop. This backside defender, okay, this player has to step up. You can't stunt and recover. There's not enough. There's too much space between the two Pelicans players. He has to rotate up, okay? And then you have this player for Cleveland rotates here, and then Kevin Love's just going to rotate down here and take one of these two Pelicans players, okay, right here. But when you hedge a ball screen on a pick and pop and you have no backside help and there's too much space to stunt and recover, Kevin Love's never going to have time to recover and back out, so he's going to get killed with a pump fake, and it's going to be a layup. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. It's out of a baseline, out of bounds. Again, you got a down screen getting set. Why? Look at this. There's your down screen. Why is Tristan Thompson sagging off? Okay, you got to get attached to your man if you're Tristan Thompson, to Zion Williamson. You stay attached so that if Zion Williamson tries to slip this, you're able to you stay with him and you're not giving up anything at the rim. Okay, but you have got to stay attached to Zion Williamson and show here so that this player here has time to get on the other side of the screen. Okay, if you don't show, okay, you allow Brandon Ingram to just curl coming off this. If you show, now Brandon Ingram has to go out this way, and again, you give this player time to get on the other side. Okay, but when you don't show, see how Brandon Ingram is allowed to just curl right off of Zion Williamson? So now look, now this defender obviously is not going to have any time to get on the other side of that screen, okay? So now you're giving up open jumpers. Now again, Brandon Ingram doesn't make it, but again, that's still bad defense. He ends up getting an offensive rebound on a putback anyways. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this ball screen right here. We've got a problem. Look at this. Stop. Look at this. There's your screen right there. Look at all the space between the screener and the ball handler coming off this ball screen. The Pelicans are in drop coverage here. So they're going to drop the big, who's going to have to drop towards the basketball until this defender fights over the top. If Matthew Dellavedova has got to be coming much tighter off of this screener. He should be basically rubbing shoulders with this screener, okay? Because then it's going to become much more difficult for this player for New Orleans to have to fight over the top. And the more difficult it is for this player to have to fight over the top, the more this big has to drop towards the basketball, opening up this player popping to the three-point line. But when you have all this space between the ball handler and the screener, look at how easy it is to fight over the top of this screen. Okay, so now look, now this player for New Orleans doesn't have to drop much at all because this player's basically already has fought over the top and able to play that ball handler straight up one-on-one. So now he's able to leave early, so now that pop isn't open, and now it's just right back to one-on-one basketball, and Cleveland ends up getting nothing out of that. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. Look at this player here for Cleveland. Look at how he's just going to let Brandon Ingram walk him all the way down into the charge circle. Look at this. There's no resistance whatsoever. Not battling him for space, not getting over the top and fronting him so an entry pass can't get made. Look at this. Look at how nonchalant he is. So now he's let Brandon Ingram just walk him all the way into the charge circle, and he's going to seal him off. So, okay, that's mistake number one. I don't understand how you just give up positioning like that without any resistance. Okay, mistake number two is, look at this. So Matthew Dellavedova now is going to have to come help over the top right here. Okay, when that happens, now you got to rotate. Okay, look at this player for Cleveland. What's he doing? He shouldn't be looking at the post right here. You got to go. Okay, he has to rotate here. Okay, then this player rotates there. Okay, and then Larry Nance rotates here, and then this player rotates. Dellavedova went to help, just takes this last player for New Orleans. Okay, so I don't know. There's nothing to be looking at in the post. We got a double team. Okay, it's being taken care of. You got to X out of this. Ball gets kicked there. He should already be gone. You can't be late. He should already be rotating. Okay, but you can see he's going to be late on his rotation here, and so now it's going to be a wide open catch and shoot three for New Orleans. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So this is a botched drop coverage. I hate drop coverage anyways, but look at this. I mean, this is not much of a screen, but this is a screen. Look at this right here. I mean, Zion Williamson clearly has screened this man just a little bit, and all that takes is Brandon Ingram now can get into the lane here. And again, if you're in drop coverage, which I just detest more than anything, this big has to get underneath the basketball and can't leave until this player is able to fight over the top all the way. Okay, so look at this. I mean, now you're allowing Brandon Ingram to just cross over, get into the lane, okay, and look at this. So now Brandon Ingram's going to miss this layup, but look at this. Because, look at, you got multiple guys contesting at the rim here, okay, so when that happens, look, now there's no one to actually box out Brandon Ingram. So now he's going to get the rebound here, okay, and then kick it out over to Drew Holiday, and it's going to be a wide open three. So why are you just letting Brandon Ingram just get into the lane? Nothing good happens when Brandon Brandon Ingram just gets allowed to get put in the lane here. See, this little crossover happens because this player here hasn't fought over the top of the screen yet. So, again, what do I want to have happen here? Stop sagging off this screen, okay? If you don't want to switch the screen, hedge the screen, okay? You got backside help right here on Zion Williamson's roll. You can tag him, just be in backside help if a skip pass is made all the way over here. Okay, then he'll have plenty of time on the air time of that pass to get back out to the corner, and you're not giving up an open catch and shoot three. But you stop Brandon Ingram's dribble all the way out here. Why are you just allowing Brandon Ingram the space to get right to the rim, okay, and then when everyone contests it, no one is there to box him out, so he's able to kick it out to Drew Holiday for three. Again, bad ball screen defense. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So, okay. Why is this player, look at this player for Cleveland right here. Why are you past the three-point line? Brandon Ingram is almost at midcourt. Great, who cares? Get beneath the three-point line, because now you're in the gaps defensively. There's no place for Drew Holiday to go. Comes this way, you stunt, dribble picked up early, recover back out. If he goes this way, same thing. You stunt, recover, you got a defender right there. Kevin Love, okay, should not be having to worry about contesting anything at the rim. We should be strong in the gaps defensively. Kevin Love has to be just solely focused on Zion Williamson and staying attached to Zion Williamson, because it takes one little misstep by Kevin Love for Zion Williamson to just wrap and seal, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Kevin Love should just be totally focused on Zion Williamson. Let's be strong in the gaps here, so Kevin Love doesn't have to worry about contesting anything at the rim. Okay? Stunt, recover right here. Get out of being get out from being worrying about Brandon Ingram, who's almost at half court. Get in the gaps defensively so Drew Holiday has no driving lane. Because look, it's going to take one misstep from Kevin Love right here for Zion Williamson to wrap, seal him off, game over, 2 points for New Orleans. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So this player for Cleveland is going to blow by his man and get into the lane. Now, that's going to draw backside help here from Drew Holiday, okay? So right here, I mean, Tristan Thompson, who's not being defended by Drew Holiday, is going to have his man sealed here, though. Okay, look at this. He's on his inside hip right here. Look at this. On his inside hip, has him sealed. This is where the ball has to go. Just drop it off right here, and it's an easy two. Okay, simple as that. And this is why, whenever your man is in backside help, you have to cut, though. Because if you don't cut and you just stand at the perimeter, this player's not really open. Because New Orleans is Xing out of this. This player here is going to rotate over here. If you just drop it off right here to Tristan Thompson, who has his man sealed, he's on his inside hip, okay, it's just an easy two. That's all it is. But when you try and go to the perimeter, this player looks open, but he's really not. Because New Orleans is Xing out of this. This player is going to rotate over here. Okay, and you can see, look, they don't hit Tristan Thompson. They hit this man in the corner. So now, look, now you end up turning it over, and you get nothing out of the whole thing. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. Why is this player for Cleveland slipping this screen? Look at this. Again, the Pelicans are going to be in drop coverage, okay? They're going to drop the big. They're going to fight over the top. So just get stationary, okay? Matthew Dellavedova, wait for him to be stationary, and just set a good hard screen, okay? So that now this player has to actually fight over the top of a screen. And now you look at this. See, if he actually is stationary, okay, and actually screens this player, now on the strong side of the floor, you get a 2-on-1. The ball handler and this player rolling. Okay? This big dropping is on an island in a 2-on-1. Now this player here has to actually fight over the top, and he's behind the play. Okay, and now that creates all sorts of openings. But for some reason, this player for Cleveland doesn't actually set the screen. He slips it. So now look, now this player doesn't have to fight over the top of anything. He's able to play the ball handler straight up 1-on-1, and now they take a contested shot, and you get nothing out of it. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to try and run an empty side ball screen here. Look at how far. So Drew Holiday's all the way over here in the gaps. Now I'd really prefer look when this ball screen gets set. I mean, I'd really prefer if this player for Cleveland would get wider here, because look at when you stand in the middle of the floor, you allow Drew Holiday defensively to stand in the middle of the floor. But okay, fine. If you want to do that, look at this right here. Okay, look at Drew Holiday. Look at this player for Cleveland. Look how far beyond the three-point line he is. Get up to the three-point line right here. Drew Holiday is going to be stepping up in the gaps defensively right here, okay? If he's in position to attack, now when we swing the ball to you here, you're just getting it and going right into the lane, okay? And now you're drawing help. Either this defender steps over so Tristan Thompson's wide open, okay? Or this defender steps up and this player in the corner's open for a wide open catch and shoot three, okay? Or Zion steps up, which forces this player to have to help the helper, so this player still is open for a catch and shoot corner three. So be up near the three-point line, right up there, so you can just get it, rip, and go into the lane. See, when you stand all the way out here, you allow Jrue Holiday to be in the gaps defensively and then recover back out. Okay, now you're just jacking a 35-foot contested three, and you get nothing out of it. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So Tristan Thompson's going to set one ball screen. The Pelicans are going to go under. Tristan Thompson does a great job of twisting right into a second ball screen. Now, this can't possibly be the shot you get. Look at this. A fadeaway mid-range jumper that's contested. I mean, okay. So, again, the Pelicans are in this drop coverage here. If you execute this properly, someone's wide open. Okay? This guard needs to just attack downhill off this big's hip. Drag this big this way. Allow this big to roll. And either one of two things are going to happen. Either we're just dropping this off to this big for an easy two because he's sealed off this backside defender. Okay? Or he isn't able to seal off that backside defender, and that backside defender is able to get on that big's inside hip. Great. That just means that this now is wide open for a catch-and-shoot three. Okay? So you have numbers. I mean, again, this is a 3-on-2, but the only way you take advantage of that is by attacking downhill and dragging this big with you and making this backside defender make a decision. But instead, you take a fadeaway mid-range jumper that's contested. That can't be the shot. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. So the Cavaliers are going to run this ball screen. The Pelicans are going to be in this drop coverage here where they drop the big and they fight over the top. So this guard just needs to attack hard downhill off Zion Williamson's hip. Don't hesitate. Don't pick up your dribble. Don't pull your dribble back. Okay, because as long as you're attacking off Zion Williamson's hip downhill, you keep Zion Williamson towards the basketball and it opens up Tristan Thompson's role. But look at this. Look how this player pulls his dribble back. See how he pulls his dribble back? Now it allows Zion Williamson to recover back onto the big. Okay? See, look at this. If he's just dragging Zion Williamson this way, that opens up Tristan Thompson's role. And look, now we can hit Tristan Thompson. And again, what does that do hitting Tristan Thompson? It draws backside help. Okay? See, he's got to be attacking off Zion Williamson's hip to keep him towards the basketball. Now, yes, now backside help has to step up. Okay? And if backside help steps up, it's just a short roll. Bang, right there from Tristan Thompson to a catch-and-shoot three in the corner. Or if this is where your backside help steps up from, this is either a skip pass here, okay, or if you can get this pass through, then it's to Tristan Thompson right there for a catch-and-shoot three. You want to force backside help to step up because then that opens up the weak side of the floor. Okay, but when you pull your dribble back, now the Pelicans are able to keep body on a body, and now you're just in one-on-one mode. You're going to see just a horrendous contested, I don't even know what this is, and Cleveland gets nothing now. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. This is very, very basic. Pelicans are going to set a ball screen right here, okay? This player right here defending Brandon Ingram, who's going to be coming off this ball screen, you can't lean, you can't cheat, you can't start anticipating the screen. Look how this player for Cleveland is going to start leaning and anticipating the screen early. So all that's going to do is allow Brandon Ingram to just refuse the screen and blow by him and get right into the lane, okay? If you're in drop coverage, if you're hedging, if you're switching, whatever your ball screen defense is, you cannot start to go over the top of a ball screen, hedge a ball screen until the ball screen actually gets set. Look at this player for Cleveland. See how he's lean? See how he's just that little lean that way, trying to cheat the screen and anticipate it. Allows Brandon Ingram to blow by him, get right into the lane, and now it's going to be a two-shot foul for New Orleans because of that. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. We got all sorts of mistakes taking place on this possession, okay? So, again, why are you in drop coverage? Look at this. You drop the big, you try and fight over the top. When Melly here pops to the three-point line, you're never going to have enough time for either of these players to recover to the three-point line. So, again, you're getting lucky here because Brandon Ingram doesn't make a great pass and Melly doesn't catch this. But if this is a good pass, I mean, this is just a wide-open catch-and-shoot three. So, again, get out of this ball screen defense. Please. It doesn't work. Get this big up. now Tristan Thompson can get aggressive here and come all the way on the strong side of the floor. And when Melly pops to the three-point line, he can step up here. Okay, this player here for Cleveland just sinks down, okay, and he's going to occupy both Pelicans players here, 2 passes away, and then Kevin Love then just rotates over here to where Tristan Thompson was, okay, but when you run drop coverage on an empty side pick and pop, you're going to be giving up wide open catch and shoot threes if you don't get lucky that it's an errant pass. So that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is there actually is good gap defense here. Watch this. You got to wait here, but here comes Jrue Holiday. Look at this defender right here. This defender for Cleveland's doing a great job. He's in the gaps defensively, right? He's going to stunt, get this dribble picked up early, okay? And there's no driving lane for Jrue Holiday. But look at this. What is Kevin Love doing? Everything's good. Like, you're playing him straight up one-on-one. What are you doing? He's going to help for I don't know what reason. We got Jrue Holiday's dribble picked up. Like, everything's good. But instead, Kevin Love's just in no man's land for no reason. Get to the three-point line. Like, the only bad thing can happen here is that Jrue Holiday kicks it to this player here, which is exactly what happens, and it's going to be a wide-open catch-and-shoot three that, again, they miss, but what is going on there? All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So this is in transition with New Orleans here. Look at what happens here. You're going to get Colin Sexton stuck down low on Zion Williamson. Okay, so that's obviously something that you cannot be allowing there to be an entry pass made, because once there's an entry pass made, just put 2 points on the board. Okay, so you're going to have to, like right now, Colin Sexton's got to communicate that someone needs to pinch in over the top, okay? Because we again, you just cannot be allowing an entry pass to get made here. So Colin Sexton needs to communicate this, and this player here is going to have to shade here over the top, so this entry pass can't get made. Again, this player here then immediately sinks down, okay? And he'll occupy both Pelicans players 2 passes away, okay? If a skip pass is made here, he rotates there, and then this player then rotates up here. Okay, or if he sinks down and the ball gets skipped here, thrown there, then this player rotates up there, and then that player goes from pinching in over the top to taking this man in the corner here. But again, in transition, sometimes this stuff happens. You've got to be prepared for it. There's got to be communication. Someone's got to pinch in over the top here. This player really can't do that because there's no place to there's no one to rotate to onto this man here if the ball just gets kicked right here. Okay, but you can see when you don't help over the top on this, the scoreboard operator just put 2 points on the board already. All right, we're looking at an offensive clip here. This is the same exact thing. Cavaliers set an empty side ball screen. The Pelicans are going to be in this drop coverage. Look at how far over Lonzo Ball is. Why is this player for Cleveland 3 steps behind the three-point line? Get up, get to right to the three-point line, start to creep up, because once this ball gets swung here, you need to be able to rip and go into the lane, okay? And then what does that do? Okay, you're either getting it and going right into the lane for an easy 2, or you're drawing Jrue Holiday, forcing him to have to step up, so now Matthew Dellavedova is wide open, okay? Or if this player's then in backside help when you get into the lane, then this player's wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3, okay? Or if Jrue Holiday steps over and you rotate it there and this player rotates there, then it's just swing to the corner for an open catch-and-shoot 3. But you have to be able to rip and go when this ball gets swung. But instead, he's way too far beyond the three-point line, so now Lonzo Ball is able to recover, and then Brandon Ingram then rotates, and it becomes a contested 35-footer, and you get 0. All right, we're looking at a defensive clip here. So I don't really understand why you'd need to switch this, okay? This player for Cleveland is pretty easily going to be able to go under, and you're not giving up anything. But, okay, this is about communication. Okay, if Cedi Osman wants to switch this, he has to say that. You have to say switch, okay? And then, so I don't know, I can't hear. If Cedi Osman hasn't said that, then you should expect for this player here to just try and go underneath here, and now we're going to send 2 players towards the ball. Now, if Cedi Osman is saying switch, this player here cannot be trying to go underneath, because Cedi Osman saying switch, he's going to be taking your man coming off this screen. So you just have to take the screener, no matter how easy it is to go underneath the screen or whatever. Okay? So again, I don't know what happened here, but one of those 2 things just took place because, look, you got 2 players here going towards Brandon Ingram on a very basic play that it really wasn't even that much of a screen. So now, look, now this player's just going to be open here for a catch-and-shoot 3, which he should never have. Now, again, he misses it, but that's bad defense. You just got lucky there.